Hi, I'm Pat DiDomenico, Editorial Director at the and Business Management Daily. You know, employee handbooks can be the foundation of your employee's performance and your best shield against employee lawsuits. But the problem is they can also be a ticking time bomb that can confuse your employees and strip away your legal defenses. It all depends on how well those handbooks are written and how well they're put to use. So, what should you be looking out for? Today I want to tell you about the top 5 most common mistakes that employers are making with their handbooks. Number 1, relying on a form handbook. You know, the internet is full of all kinds of sample policies and sample handbooks. Some of those are a good place to start, but you don't want to finish with those. Form handbooks may not be up to date. They may not conform to your state's employment laws. They may make promises that you could never keep. And they certainly weren't prepared with your company's specific legal situation in mind. So tailor your handbook to your industry, your size, your location, your corporate culture. Then have your attorney review that final copy. Number 2, letting it collect dust. Every year, new employment laws go on the books, and courts write thousands of decisions interpreting those new laws. But companies continue to hand out new employees the same old handbook. Annually updating your employee handbook is one of the easiest and most cost-effective ways that you can help your company stay out of legal trouble. Make it easy on yourself. Don't include any details in handbooks that change frequently. Also, when you do update your handbook, make sure everyone knows which version is enforced. Collect and destroy any old handbooks so there's no confusion. Number 3, filling it with legalese and lots of specifics. You know, the key to any good writing is to know your audience. And your handbook's audience is your employees. A handbook isn't a complex legal document, and it shouldn't read like one. Write it in plain English so all employees can understand it. If your workforce is bilingual, your handbook should be too. Also, avoid the temptation to fill the book with lots of specifics on each policy. Instead, a handbook should simply establish guidelines to be followed. Too many specifics and details can box your company into a corner. Let me give you a real-life example. UPS fired an employee for swearing at a supervisor, but the employee sued, saying that swearing was not listed among the 7 specific reasons for immediate termination in UPS's employee handbook. The court agreed and he got his job back. So, keep the specifics out and stick to general guidelines. Number 4, failing to include a disclaimer or sign-off. You want to preserve the at-will status of employees who you can hire and fire for any legal reason. So include a disclaimer clarifying that nothing in your handbook should be considered a contract or a guarantee of employment. Document that employees saw this and agreed to it by having them sign and return an acknowledgement form. Number 5, setting unrealistic policies. Why would you print a rule that doesn't even have a prayer of being followed by employees or enforced by managers? Yet many employee handbooks do have all that information in it. All that does is open up your handbook to ridicule and even litigation. So be especially careful about setting rules that prohibit employees from discussing their pay or their benefits or job conditions. That's because federal labor law gives employees the right to discuss those things among themselves, either around the water cooler or even online. Thanks for joining me today to talk about the 5 most common mistakes made with employee handbooks. I'm Pat DiDomenico, Editorial Director at the and Business Management Daily.